1500, Dark Eldar versus Chaos Space Marines. We're playing tactical escalations and we have 6 objectives. One here, one there, and a rhino. 5, 2, there's one over there, and the last one over here. I am playing Space Marine Chaos with a small contingent of necron mercenaries, and Simon is playing Dark Eldar goodies with the Coven rolls.
There's about 900 points at Coven, the Talos Chronos formation,
should be represented by these models,
and then a real Space Raiders detachment with some Scourges, Witches, and
oh, of course. And I am trying the Sicaran battle tank Chaos version, just 135 points for standard. Spells level 2 of level 3, sorry, of telepathy, got mental fortitude, invisibility, and shrouding.
We're up all night to get lucky. We're up all night to get lucky.
Get the primaries, and then a force weapon, force axe. For my first objective, I go first. Simon did not seize domination, which is going to be hard to attain on the first turn. Chaos Space Marine, turn 1. The Lord and the 2 spawn retinue moved out. I get the move to cover wall tray, move up there. I forgot to do my shooting move, so they can do the shooting move. That's what I said. I move the Sicaran tank back there to try to cover the right flank. Space Marines stayed there, and they have the Skyfire secret objective. This is also a Skyfire secret objective. The Molofane moved back. In psychic phase, I perilled casting Shrouded on this unit, but rolled a 6, so I got a 3 up in goal, which is pretty cool. It's Flashbane. And I tried to cast Invisibility on the Fortune, but failed to cast it. And then in the run move, these guys will move into the...
Right, so over here I've moved the Raider fleet up the flank. Nico moved his tanks and Morphine back away from my Scourges, which is actually really good for me because it gives me a turn where they can't hit my Raiders. I've kind of tried to spread out to avoid damage from the Hell Drakes, but I've got 2 strength 6 torrents coming in next turn, so
potentially.
Well, I think I'm going to get a bit of decking from them. But I've scored objective 5, that gives me 1 point. The Scourges have moved back from that position. Next turn the spawn could run up to them and they'd be pretty close, so I want to keep some distance. Eventually I'm just planning to rotate around this flank and try and screen this spawn up for as long as possible, but as soon as they get invisibility they're going to be pretty tough to kill. So yeah, pretty much at the moment I'm picking up objectives where I can and trying to stay mobile, but we'll see how long I'm able to do that. Once Raiders go down it's going to be tough to pursue that strategy. So.
Did you roll what stat objective is?
Oh, no we didn't. Okay. It is a 3.
Skyfire.
Another Skyfire.
I got 3 Skyfire objectives, so
Cool. Alright, but I scored objective 5, so I'll draw a new one.
cool. Oh, at the start of your turn.
Okay.
So now I get 2 cards. I got No Prisoner and Harness the Warp. I should at least get one of these 2. Alright. Chaos Space Marines, turn 2. Got lucky. Helldrakes came in, but unfortunately I only wrecked one of the Raiders. I had 3 units, or 4 hits in total. But the grotesque unit had to disembark, and 2 of the models are on 1 wound. Okay, the tanks here move left, and I had a small gap to shoot before the Chaos Spawns and the Warlord get through, and then the Fortune shot at the grotesque. In Psychic Phase I got Invisibility on the Spawn and the Warlord, as well as Mental Fortitude, and I failed to cast Force and Shrouding, which unfortunately doesn't give me the 3 successful tests for Harness the Warp. And I score 1 victory point because I get 1 unit destroyed, which is the Raider.
Okay, so pretty good turn for me. The Grotesques moved up and charged the invisible spawn, and the Rax got out of their radar and did the same. Combined attacks are on a 6 on one of the flesh gauntlets, so I've killed a spawn outright, and then the rest of the attacks did another wound to the other spawn. The homunculus accepted the sorcerer's challenge and they didn't wound each other, which was pretty lucky. I've teleported or webwayed in the pain engines, so they're projecting their +1 feel no pain bubble over the combat. I used the flamer template to kill some space marines, plus the disintegrator. Did just enough wounds to cause a morale check, and they failed on a 10, so they're falling back. Then I rushed up these two into the backfield, so I'm now behind enemy lines.
Oh yeah, do you want to roll for the sabotaged objective?
At the start of the next
at the end of it.
At the end of the turn, oh shoot, okay. So on a 1, the sabotage objective blows up. I get a 5, so that's okay. I get 1 victory point if I have a scoring unit within 12 of the opponent's table edge. If I have 3, I get D3, so I've got the Venom, the unit inside, plus the Raider and the Witches. So I've got 4, so I get D3.
That's a good question. Do you count the units inside?
Well, they're both units, so I would assume it counts for 2.
Yeah, makes sense.
The units aren't off. Alright, well, here's where I roll a 1 or a 2. Yep. So there you go. But I get 2 objectives, so that's good.
That's a good question, actually. If you know the answer, please comment below. Thank you. Chaos Space Marine turn 3. The Necron mercenaries came in, dropped in there to control this. Oh yeah, I did get secure objective 4. Supremacy, I need to have 2 objective control and at least twice to get D3 victory points. And secure objective 1. So Necrons came in, deep stroke, secured this objective. The Space Marines rallied, Rhino came out to shoot at that Raider, did nothing. The Sicaran battle tank moved out, wrecked that Raider. The Helldrake moved out first, tried to blow the Raider, didn't do it, but killed a few of witches. That Raider moved up, caused 3 wounds. No, just 1 wound.
No, 2. Yeah. Oh yeah, cause 1 wound. And 2 1s and a 2.
And get invulnerable saves.
Yeah,
The Forge Fin and the Tesla of the Night Side shot at this unit, killing the Talos engine and putting a wound on the Chronos. In combat, the Rax killed the Spawn, and the Warlord saved an instant death hit from the Grotesque, and in return I rolled 2-1 and a 2 on his attack, although I had force and invisibility by this turn. End of Chaos Space Marine turn 3.
Okay, so pretty good turn. The combat over here carries on. We killed, we took a wound off the Sorcerer Lord, so we're getting close to getting Kingslayer. Over here, the Scourges did pretty good. They rolled terribly, but Nico also rolled horribly for his saves, didn't pass a single one. So 3 hull points went through in the...
Thanks for the Skyfire from Objective 5.
The Skyfire. So we secured Objective 5, and we scoured the skies. But the exploding Helldrake got his revenge and took out 2 of the Scourges, which wasn't too nice.
What happened to the Necrons there?
Well, so a funny story. The Chronos wasn't too happy about his friend being killed, so they turned around, charged into the Necrons. The homunculus took a wound in combat, but he regenerated it with It Will Not Die. And then, yeah, we punched a few Necrons, and the combat continues.
And the Overlord get a wound on as well.
Yeah, he did. That's pretty cool. The homunculus shivved him. Yeah, so then over here, the Witches got into the Rax, the transport. The Venom over here scooted up behind the building, which is actually Helldrake bait, come to think of it. Never mind. Yeah, so they're basically hiding from the Sicaran and the Forge Fiend, Mauler Fiend guy. And yeah, that's it. We're still scoring points, got 2 more this turn, so it's going okay.
Chaos Space Marine turn 4. Helldrake went hovering to catch objective 6, which is one of my objectives, and flamed the Venom and that Raider, and did a wound to the unit in the Venom, killed a few of the Witches, put a wound on the succubus, and the flamer, the combi bolter, the bolter from the second guy coming out of the hatch did not take the last remaining component of that raider, which is painful because I had big game hunter. The Sicaran battle tank shot at a unit of scourges, killing 3. Then the Tesla twinning shot at the first unit of scourges, killing 1 only, which isn't good. The Forge Fin charged into the Chronos Pain engine, did nothing, got nothing done in return, which is kind of good. But the Lord took a wound, failed one of his armor saver in his challenge with the Demon Claw. So I lost by 1, but stick around. Here, thanks to invisibility, I get no wound through. I get 2 wounds through my Urian Rackard, but past my armor saves. Then I did 2 wounds to the racks, where he rolled these 2 Phenopains, which was a pain, to be honest. Then, thanks to the Demon Heart, I rolled a 6 on my It Will Not Die and healed my wound.
I should have rolled It Will Not Die for those 2 wounded grotesques. Alright.
So this one I get objective 6 and objective 3, which is there and there.
I got to do the one. So shooting, I fired the Scourges at the Crimsonn. The Scourges didn't do so good. I did 1 glance which went through.
Yeah, and I jinked before that, so that's the jink.
So they whiffed pretty hard. The Disintegrator tried to show them how it's done, but he missed. In close combat, the Chronos tried to smash the Hellfiend's
Forge Fiend.
But he missed again. The Homunculus did another wound to the Lord, but he finally passed an armor save, so that's good for him. Close combat over here, the Succubus charged in with her AP2 Hellglaive, strength 5, hit once, failed to wound, good on her. Stupid. And then everyone else attacked, did loads of hits, well 4 or 5, maybe 2 wounds got through, and then the armor saves passed. So still trying to kill warlords, still stuck in combat, which is probably the best place to be, but no dice so far. I've got secure objective 1, the Venom rushed over, so I've got 1 victory card, but then no escape. If I make his falling back or stealth units die completely, then I get a point, but I don't think I'm going to get that, so I discard it. Then I got domination. I need to score every objective marker on the table, which I definitely won't get, so I'm going to discard that one too. So next turn I'll be drawing up a whole load of new objectives, and hopefully they're going to be a bit better.
We double check, it's just the 1 discarded, so...
I'll keep no escape, because maybe on a blue moon I'll get it.
Okay. Turn 5. Space Marine, turn 5. Not much movement. The Doom Scythe just rushed away outside, away from the table. Hopefully it's coming, well, will come in turn 6 for extra shenanigans. The Helldrake went by zoom in mode. Vector Strike, the Raider. And then I need up there, flame down 1 unit of 3 remaining Scourges. The Space Marines Rhino, backward over there, unloaded the remaining Space Marines. And didn't have anything to shoot at. The Sicaran tank shot at the Venom, was controlling this, shot it down, and the guy exploded it, but the guy passes Phenopain inside. And here, the Homunculi causes 2 wounds to the Lord. Fell 1 save, Lord is dead, didn't do my reanimation protocol. Then caused the Forge Fiend caused a wound onto the Chronos Pain engine, but he Phenopained it, and these guys did nothing. Very good psychic phase. I get force, I get invisibility, and I put mental fortitude on the squad of necrons, so they are fearless. However, the Succubus did intervention onto Urian Rackard, get in combat, get a wound through on my sorcerer. My sorcerer did nothing on the back. Well, he did a wound, but she passed her Phenopain.
Dodge.
Oh, dodge, sorry, the dodge save. He's sitting on a wound, 1 wound left, and I did not pass my It Will Not Die with the Demon Heart. So So I killed 2 units with shooting phase, so only 1 point, and Big Game Hunter only 1 vehicle destroyed, so 2 points.
Nice.
Turn 5.
Turn 5, yeah. Pretty bleak for the Dark Elder now. The invisible warlord's just proving to be a real pain in the backside. So he's still alive. He's on 1 wound still. I didn't get Kingslayer, so I didn't get no escape. I might discard that one. It's rubbish. Then Ascendancy. I get D3 victory points if you control any 3 objective markers. I control 2, so I don't get that one. But I do get D3 for controlling 2 objective markers and twice as many as my opponent.
Yes, you do.
Has as well. So that's pretty cool. And then Fear and Terror. I score 1 victory point if one enemy failed a single roll, fear or pinning test, which I forgot to make you take. So you need to do that now. White Cycle's Fear. And you're not.
6 Chaos Space Marines, the end of everything. Oh no, where is it gone? I got Force and Mental Fortitude on the Chaos Sorcerer, but Simon rolled 2 6s out of 6 dice and dispelled
3 6s.
3 6s, so definitely dispels the immunity. And then the Succubus with their AP2 weapon. Just
at last! At last he's dead.
did him. Yeah, 2 wounds on me, but I needed 4 ups and I didn't roll them. And then
You said it's enough, I don't care what
here, another pen onto the Forge Fiend. Didn't pass his initial save. In the end, these guys were moved there to charge this to get objective 5 and an assault combat, essentially get multiple points. Rolled a 6 on the charge in this, an 8. Then the Helldrake has flat out, while being hovering, the Rhino flat out on objective 6, and this moved in within 12 inches of my board edge, so I have hold the line and then secure objective 6.
Alright, so real swing back for the Dark Elder. Killing the Warlords freed up all my assault units, so Rakarth broke off to claim this objective, the Scourge jumped over to take that objective, Chronos has moved up to take that objective, giving me 3, so I scored Ascendancy. I got D3 victory points and rolled a 2. I rolled a 2 for Kingslayer from the previous turn, so that's pretty cool. Then I got Take Them Alive and Pain in all its forms. So 1 victory point for destroying an enemy unit in the assault phase for Take Them Alive, and 1 victory point for Pain in all its forms for killing them in the assault phase. So pretty good turn for me. I've swung back and got quite a few objective points.
Is there a turn 7?
Oh, I need to consolidate for that because...
Okay, so totaling up, I get Slay the Wall, the Dark Elder gets Slay the Warlord, the Chaos Space Marine got First Blood. We have no line breakers, unfortunately, so we end up with Chaos Space Marines 12, Dark Elder 15. So yeah, in hindsight we were looking at it was a shame that all these combat units were stuck in combat, but at the same time they could be flamed down by the Helldrake, so it's a giving situation. Awesome game?
Yeah, that was really close, I like that. I definitely swung back at the last turn, failing invisibility one for me. If it hadn't been for that, I think I'd have been roundly spanked. So.
Yeah, there was massive grind. Sicaran tank is pretty cool. Of course, no flyers in this army, but yeah, I mean, definitely worth its point. Need to try it more. I feel a bit dirty playing 2 Helldrakes. So yeah, we'll have to see about that.
Next time I'll bring an Air Force and we can have a big battle.
Yeah, we can have big battle in the sky. Cool.